So, Jack, can you start now?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. So, having a great time with our Lander community. I think it will be a great AMA session.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really wonderful to be able to present to this community. And thank you for your time and for everyone here.
And thanks all of our community members for joining here to hear about the Tron Labs project. And I think you will all know about the Tron project as well as. So as we have the three segments, the first one is introductory. So Jack, the first question to you, tell us about yourself and the team founders all about.
Okay. Throne Labs is supported by a collective of blockchain engineers and led by an accomplished team from the creative and cultural realm. Co-founders include British award-winning music producer Nelly Hooper, known for his work with Soul to Soul, Bjork, Madonna, U2. Seasoned music executive G. Robertson, the manager of Kanye West, also the former manager of Drake and Nicki Minaj. We have Shamir Cease, is a former communications executive at Burberry. We have a Sotheby's Institute alumni, Julia Pavlovska, veteran blockchain architect, Anthony Carter, and blockchain venture capitalist Qinghua Li. Personally, I've been involved in the project from the start. I recently stepped in the CEO position in 2022. I'm 48 years old. I was born and raised in Hong Kong. I've been educated in London and New York. I hold a degree in computer science from Fordham University. Prior to joining the founders at Throne Labs, I was at Pluto TV, one of the largest television services with over 60 plus million users. Pluto TV was recently sold in 2019 for $320 million. I was one of the first employees, actually number 2, working directly with the founder, Ilya Pozin, before and after launch. And about me, I'm a multitasker. I've had experiences in many facets of technology, from exploration to development to growth hacking and management. Before that, I was based in Hong Kong. I was working at a startup ecosystem, and from growth hacking to management, as well as a company called Shonda Entertainment, which at the time was one of the largest casual gamers developers in Asia. Here at Throne, I'm here to lead and carry the project forward. We continue to have a strategy as we go deeper and deeper into applications that support the Web3 ecosystem, including integration with other blockchains such as Solana. And I'm very excited to be here. It's a very humbling experience for me.
Yeah, thank you. So as you have said, you are a student of the computer science. So I think you have a lot of experience in crypto and technology about. So I think that Tron Labs is a great project as you were working with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So now, could you tell us about more about the Tron and how it works?
Sure. Well, Throne Labs is a blockchain company building extraordinary experiences for the decentralized web, also known as Web3. It's a foundation where users own their own data, digital transactions are secure, and exchanges of information and value are decentralized. THN is the utility token for the Throne community. Network and ecosystem designed to democratize platforms and to provide an infrastructure to power tomorrow's economy. Web3 is a very popular iteration of an evolution of Web2 that incorporates concepts such as decentralization and token-based economies. At the most basic level, Web3 refers to a decentralized online ecosystem based on the blockchain. Platforms and apps built on Web3 won't be owned by a central gatekeeper, but rather by users who will earn their own stake, let's say, by develop and to help maintain those services. We started exploration in late 2020. We established formally in 2021. We're a rather diverse team spread across the globe, myself in New York, the rest of the team in Singapore, Los Angeles, Dubai, and London.
Yeah, thank you. So for this describing about the Tron Labs greatly, I think everyone has got it. So the best wishes to your project and the Tron Lab as well as go to the moon, I think.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, I just appreciate your project that you said about described about the Tron Labs. So I think it will be great and it will go to the moon very, very soon, I think. That is it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I just want to know what have you built and what are you building for the future? So I think as well as like the roadmap.
Our overall objective is to bring cutting-edge applications to the decentralized web. This includes platforms where users control their own data, identity, and destiny. We're a mix of software engineers, art and media professionals, and are influencing the contemporary culture in our developments and methodology. We built and successfully launched a magnificent NFT platform that's being used by some really talented artists currently. One of our founders, G. Robertson, has been in the creative world for over 2 decades, working with Jay-Z, head of A&R at Rockefeller Records and at Atlantic Records. He was formerly manager with such iconic talents as Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, and currently he's the manager for Kanye West. So we are great believers in aesthetics, in design, integrity of product, and we apply a great amount of attention to detail. As we say internally, every pixel counts. In a world where creators can use the Ethereum blockchain to value their work in entirely new ways and build stronger connections with their supporters. We're forging a community-driven path. We want anyone and everyone who cares about the future of digital expression to be a part of it. We are currently allowing users to transact in ETH and THN, our native token. When applying THN token, there are no fees in our marketplace. So I'd ask you guys to come check it out if you haven't done so already.
Yeah, thank you. So you can share all of your information in our group so that everyone can get it through your links, social links, our website, such as YouTube, so on.
Okay, should I do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, please hold on. Good.
Okay, thank you for sharing all of your information.
Thank you.
So the next question, why you chose the blockchain and what does it mean to you? Could you explain it?
Well, actually, before we go to the next question, I'd like to finish up on some very exciting technology that we're still finishing up and developing. We are now also building Throne City, which is a vibrant city in the metaverse, governed by our THN community, our Throne community. Throne City Metaverse presents a high-quality, immersive experience in a metaverse that is controlled by the landowners. Unlike other metaverses, residents govern the city and neighborhood planning, including the architecture and the building plans approval for the city. Rather than a free-for-all metaverse where anyone can do anything or a centrally controlled environment, Throne City provides a thoughtful planning process where the participants utilize a democratic process, voting to regulate how the city operates and how the neighborhoods will develop. Throne City's trajectory will be fully owned by the participants within 4 years and be governed through a voting mechanism based on governance tokens that are on the Solana network. With every plot of land sale, which is paid for by the ERC20 token, the tokens of the transaction will be burned, and in return, the user will get the land in an NFT format on the Throne NFT marketplace. This makes our ERC20 THN token deflationary by nature, to a point where all lands, and when they're all sold, will cause a dramatic reduction in the ERC20 THN token circulating in the market. In fact, I would like to share a video of what we're planning on Throne City to look like. That's okay too.
Yeah, sure. You can share it. No problem.
Okay. Thank you. If you guys could check that out, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. All right. And what was your next question?
So have you done about the blockchain?
Why blockchain?
Yeah, why blockchain and what does it mean to you?
Good question. I think a lot of people forget the basis of why we're all here. For me, it's quite straightforward. Blockchain is the ultimate software-based network. Whatever can be dreamt up with the right set of incentives can quickly propagate across the internet. I was talking with actually some of our founders about this during our last board meeting, and Web3 is where the technical creativity and incentive design intersect, which is why I think we all at Throne are really in the right place at the right time. I think crypto networks combine the best features of the first two internet eras, community-governed, decentralized networks with capabilities that will eventually exceed those of the most advanced centralized services. And I'm also a big believer in artificial intelligence for the metaverse. And I look forward to integrating in the future. We're all looking forward for it.
Okay, thank you for describing in detail that why you've chosen the blockchain and what is meant to you. Thank you. I think everyone has got it clearly. So the next one, what's in store for the THN exchange and the future?
Okay. Well, what comes to mind is an article I remember from a few years ago in Forbes magazine. It was entitled, "The Future Will Be Tokenized" by David Birch. I think it's quite appropriate for where things are headed. I could send a link to that also later. Crypto networks like Throne and THN are important for everyone. Don't get me wrong, I surely see excess in the crypto space, but this is missing the far deeper point. Crypto networks represent a fundamental change in the way society transacts, organizes, and works with each other. Throne should be thought of as an enclosed economy with a unique incentive system, governance mechanism, and a monetary policy. We think change starts with an idea, a spark, that leads to growth. Sometimes it takes a little time, but it's evident that I think we're onto something big. In the coming 3 months, we'll be listing THN on new exchanges. We believe in working only with the top exchanges and focus our efforts, due diligence, and time communicating with the larger exchanges. Timing is also a factor. Too fast, too soon is not necessarily the best recipe when building a long-term ecosystem. And we hope by this summer, THN will be trending on some of the world's largest crypto exchanges.
Okay, thank you for describing about the THN token greatly. So we have finished our first segment. Now it's Twitter. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the first question, can you indicate a features that you like the best about the Tron Labs platform so that it can compete with other competitors?
Okay. Actually, there are a few features which differentiate Throne City from other metaverse platforms. Most important, one must be the governance system. All planning, zoning, building permissions, and architectural designs will be determined by the holders of THN on the Solana chain. This token is designed exclusively as the governance token. I always like to bring up the example we encountered in Decentraland. One of the landowners asked on Decentraland's official Twitter if they can remove a mountain next to his land. This kind of thing probably will not happen on Thread City, as people holding the THN on Solana will be the ones to decide how the city outline will look.
Yeah, thank you for describing about the Tron Labs, that is why it is distinguished from the competitors. I think you described a great reason for that. Yeah, so the next one. So are you planning any events soon, like the airdrop promotion etc for the Tron Labs project?
Yes, of course. Fantastic question. In the near future, we are planning to airdrop THN to Mana, Decentraland holders. To be honest, we see them to be the best holders of THN on Solana network. We want them to be the first ones to determine how Throne City will look, so please stay tuned. Details will be on our social media. Yeah, it's a completely new world, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay, thank you for that. So I'm interested to invest in your project. When and where I can buy your THN tokens, and is it already listed on any exchange?
Well, that's great to hear from that user.
Yes, I think it is a great question.
Yeah, thank you. Our native token is Throne with the ticker $THN. Since we introduced Throne 6 months ago, over 300 million has been traded. That's quite a lot. We are trading on Gate.io, MEXC, Coin1, and a few others. In the coming weeks, you will definitely see some other large exchanges added. And it will be great to welcome you guys to our THN community. We look forward to it. Follow our socials, obviously, to get the latest updates on the new exchanges too.
Yeah, thank you. So if anyone can invest in the Tron Lab project, they can just visit their websites and your so on so kinds of the links, so that they will get details about the Tron Labs, I think, and you can invest the Tron Labs without any hesitation, no problem, because as the jack behind the project as well as, so it will be a great project.
Yes.
So the next one, where can I get the latest updates or more information about your project?
Well, to tie that in with the previous question, we're very active on our social media channels, of course on Twitter, Telegram, our channel with our announcements. And then we also have a Telegram group chat, Instagram, which we use to give a heads up on things we're doing. And recently we opened a Discord server where the community is thriving. By the way, we host many competitions there, and you should definitely come check it out, have a look. There's a lot going on.
Okay, thank you. So as you shared before in our group, all kind of social links, I think everyone visit the social links, they will get all the information.
Yes.
Okay, the last question from the Twitter segment. So what would the Tron City look like?
As mentioned, the city's outline, meaning design of the buildings, positioning and locations of assets all around the city, will be determined by the Throne community, who have the voting rights to determine these decisions. The concept of allowing our community to be involved and to actually decide what their metaverse would look like is one of the project's most important missions. To deliver a high quality and immersive experience by providing users an environment where they can play, build, own, monetize their virtual experiences across multiple platforms. That also support a player-centric ecosystem. Throne City will be built from 12,000 pieces of land, plots. Building architecture plans can be purchased from pre-approved set of buildings that are approved by the town zoning council, while new designs can be submitted by architects to individual landholders or to the city or regional governance body, the DAO, the DAO. And that's it.
Yeah, Jack, please wait a few minutes because I need to break my fast as it's Ramadan here. Just 1 minute,
Oh,
please.
sure.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'll go to the live questions from Telegram. Is that all right?
Yeah, the next segment is the live segment. So I'm just taking 1 minute for that. Just wait.
No problem.
So all of our community members, please go to our community because the live segment will be happening there. So I just unmute the chat for the few seconds. Then Jack will choose some question from them, and then you will be winner about the question and answers. So Jack, are you ready for that?
Sure.
Okay. So all of our community members go to our community and send the question there. I just unmute the chat.
Okay. So I'm choosing some questions.
Now I'm just doing some of the our formalities. Then I will tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, wow. Let me go through this. These are some great questions. Okay.
Okay, Jack, you can choose the 5 questions from them and answer it one by one. And please send their username to me so that I can make them winners in further.
Okay. Let me go through these. Okay, I'll direct message you. Okay. First one, at Life is Bananas. Do you have audit certificates or anything to protect the project's funds? Yes, great question. We have audit. We do have audit certificates with Certi-K and Slow Miss. We very much believe in our project security.
So, Jack, can you mention him in our group?
Okay.
Or just pick up his username and send to me or our group?
Okay, I'll send it to you directly. Is that okay?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. I'll do it after. And then let me go through the questions first, and then I'll send them all to you. Okay, Sean T_TT. Do you have a token burning plan to increase token value and attract investors to invest in the project? The 12,000 plots of land in Throne City will be sold incrementally over the course of 4 years. All the tokens used during that purchase of the land will be burned. At the completion of the land NFT sale, Throne City will be fully owned and governed by the landholders who have full agency and responsibility for the metaverse.
Okay, thank you. So we have already answered the 2 remaining 3 questions in hand. So just choose one by one.
Okay. Here we have Shatterack0x. Where are you promoting your project geographically? Our team is spread out throughout the world, from LA in the US to London in Europe. Dubai in the Middle East, and all the way to Osaka in Japan. So basically, we're directing all our marketing activities towards global engagement. For instance, this AMA is geared mainly to people from the Middle East. And in about 2 weeks ago, we listed Throne THN on Coin1, which is a top Korean exchange, which is one of the largest globally. So yeah, expect to see us around.
Thank you. So remaining two.
Okay. All right. What does it mean to have a building permit in Throne City? How can I get this permit? THN, Throne, on the Solana chain, is the governance token of Throne City. It allows participants to make in-world purchases of digital goods and services, govern the zoning, and make other decisions about the city layout and development, including building permits. The initial plan includes about 240 building permits of pre-architected buildings, designs within Throne City. Any additional building permits shall be created through the shared governance system, similar to zoning in the real world. Urban planners will submit proposals for different zones throughout the city. Architects will propose specific buildings, and people of the city will approve the zoning, planning, building, and improvements to determine the look and function of their city. And the last question, okay, Bifara. Where do you see the world of metaverse in a year from now? That's a great question. The metaverse has developed a lot over the past 2 years. About 5 years ago, the metaverse on the blockchain was first introduced. Last year, we could already see land being sold to big companies, Nike, Adidas, Atari, etc. These big brands have bought up these lands to set up their commerce space, and soon we'll probably start selling goods and services there, in addition to the real world. So let's say if the majority of commerce has shifted from brick and mortar to online commerce, now it's advancing towards purchasing in the metaverse. To relate to Throne City, having the community affecting and gaining control over its own space by voting and governing their own environment. People could choose how their surroundings would look like. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can answer more if you want. If you find that so many interesting questions, you can answer more as your wish. So could you take two more questions?
Let's see. All right, let me see. Is there project? People are asking some questions. Okay, Haifa Wabi. What works in terms of security in your project? Which smart contracts of your project are well monitored by the auditing company? If yes, can you tell which company did the auditing? That's very similar to the previous question here.
You already answered it.
Yeah, the audit one, yes. Okay.
You can choose another one, no problem.
Yeah, I'm getting direct messages here from people trying to cut the line.
Yeah, it's so.
Okay. It's quite a bit here. Do you have any Telegram group? Yes.
I already shared your Telegram groups on our community, so
Yeah.
no
Keep
problem
asking for
for
that,
that.
all the social medias. Some people are asking, okay, my love Q, is your project a community only for English speaking countries or for users not of other languages? I think English right now is the language of the internet, but I don't see that as really being a problem. I mean, you're asking me the question in English, so okay. I'll send you direct links of the questions and the users after
Yeah,
the chat.
sure.
Okay.
So as you said that, I think that English is not just a language, and if you want to work with the crypto, so no barrier of language is required, I think. So if you can Spanish, if you in the Bengali, if you in India, no problem. If you can do work with crypto, you will.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So the last question you can choose, then we are going to wrap.
Okay. Okay. Aurelia, user, which market partners and community are you presently focusing on collaborating with at the moment? Well, we are using the Solana chain for our token, and so that's definitely a huge collaboration. And we're going to be airdropping to Mana also.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate your time and giving me the opportunity to talk about our project here.
Yeah, it's my work, and I loved your project as well. As said that I'm also a student of the computer science and engineering, so that's why I appreciate your this project. That's all.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And from the Throne community, thank you all for joining us and hearing me present. Thank you.
And you answered all the questions very greatly, and I think all the community members has got it. So before wrapping up, do you want to say something about your Throne Labs that will be beneficiary to our community people and the investor also?
I'd really encourage people here to come and be part of our community. Please jump on our Discord and here on Telegram. We'd love to have you. We'd love to hear your input. And our community is based on the users. So please come by. I think you're really going to enjoy what you're going to find with us.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. So having a great time with the Lender community. And I think see you again with any other AMA session with any other community.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. So thank you, everyone, and tata.
Goodbye.